In every age, men believe the world has changed, that power now belongs to the clever slogans, the smiling faces, or the numbers on a screen, but power never changes. It only hides behind new masks. I am Niccolo Machiavelli, and if I were among you today, I would rule not with armies, but with strategy, silence, and precision. You see, the weak still chase approval. The strong still command it. The fool speaks to be heard. The wise remain silent until the moment to strike. These are not theories. They are laws, unwritten, unchanging, and undefeated. Learn them, and you will never be outsmarted again. Power belongs to the calculated, not the kind. This is not cynicism. It is observation. Look around you. Every institution, every leader, every influencer who stands at the top is not there by accident or kindness. They are there because they understood what most people never will. Emotions are the leash that binds the many. Calculation is the blade that cuts it. The world does not run on fairness or compassion. It runs on understanding the motives, fears, and weaknesses that govern human behavior. Those who think clearly about these forces move through life as players. Those who act kindly without strategy remain the pieces being moved. Kindness is useful, but only when it serves a purpose. A calculated man knows when to show mercy and when to withdraw it. He knows that people are loyal not out of gratitude but out of need. Gratitude fades, need endures. The generous man who gives without reason gains temporary praise and permanent vulnerability. The calculated man gives only to control the direction of loyalty. His kindness is not emotion. It is investment. It buys him influence, it buys him silence, and sometimes it buys him time. Calculation demands detachment. It requires that you see people as they are, not as you wish them to be. The one who rules his mind rules his fate. He does not allow emotion to make his decisions because he knows emotion belongs to the crowd. The masses react to how they feel. The strategist reacts to what he sees. To think as Machiavelli did is to stand above the chaos of the moment and watch how the pieces move. Who desires what? Who fears what? Who depends on whom? These questions reveal where true power lies. When you know them, you no longer need to fight for attention. You learn how to direct it. The calculated person also understands timing. Kindness shown at the wrong time is weakness. Restraint shown at the right time is dominance. The wise man waits for the perfect moment to speak, to act, to strike. In every arena, politics, business, relationships, the one who can delay emotion, who can wait until the field is clear and the enemy unguarded, will always win. The impatient give themselves away. The calculated give nothing. In modern life, many confuse being liked with being powerful. They post, they please, they perform for approval. But power does not come from being liked. It comes from being needed, respected, and slightly feared. The kind man seeks love. The calculated man earns influence. One is temporary, the other eternal. When you make decisions, ask yourself, will this action give me control or merely comfort? The kind choose comfort. The calculated choose control. That is why history remembers one and forgets the other. To think with calculation is to master both faces of power, the visible and the invisible. On the surface, you may seem kind, approachable, even selfless. But beneath, every move has purpose. Every word is chosen, every silence deliberate. The crowd will call you lucky. Only you will know it was design. This duality is what separates rulers from followers. The follower acts on emotion and explains failure with fate. The ruler acts on reason and calls it destiny. The truly calculated do not reject kindness, they weaponize it. A small favor offered at the right time creates a debt. A word of praise spoken to the insecure creates allegiance. A show of humility before the arrogant creates overconfidence in them. The clever man bends emotion to his advantage, turning the heart of others into tools for his strategy. He may smile, but he counts. He may listen, but he measures. His every move is a balance between sincerity and survival. To outsmart everyone today, you must master this principle. Think with precision, feel with purpose, and never confuse the warmth of your heart with the clarity of your mind. Power belongs not to those who mean well, but to those who plan well. In every age, perception governs truth. What people see, they believe. What they believe, they follow. To master power, one must therefore master appearance. The world is not ruled by the most honest, nor by the most skilled, but by those who understand how to shape what others see. Appearances are the armor of power. They protect you from suspicion, they attract loyalty, and they blind your rivals. The wise man knows that reality is heavy and complex. But perception is light, it can be crafted, altered, and projected with ease. Those who ignore this law become prisoners of their sincerity. Those who master it become architects of illusion. A man may be ruthless in thought, but he must appear fair in action. He may be selfish in motive, but he must appear selfless in speech. The masses do not care about truth. They crave stories that comfort their emotions. Show them what they want to see, and they will hand you their trust willingly. Honesty is admirable only when it strengthens your position. When it does not, concealment is wisdom. The most effective leaders wear masks that change with circumstance. They are moral when morality benefits them, humble when it disarms others, bold when fear spreads, and silent when the storm must pass. To reveal one's true nature is to give others the weapon to wound it. People judge not with reason but with their eyes. A calm tone, a confident posture, and controlled silence create more authority than 1,000 explanations. If you seem unbothered, they assume you are powerful. If you seem certain, they assume you are right. Power lies not in proving, but in projecting. The man who appears unshakable becomes the pillar others lean on. The man who shows his doubts invites their collapse. The strong are not those without fear, but those who never let fear be seen. To rule appearance is to rule interpretation. The cunning man uses virtue as theater. He speaks of honor to inspire loyalty, but never lets honor dictate his decisions. He praises morality in others to keep them predictable while he acts beyond its limits. Society rewards those who fit its ideals, not those who expose its hypocrisy. Therefore, the wise play the role that pleases the crowd while pursuing the agenda that serves their design. Even deception must wear a respectable face, for no one follows a villain, they follow a hero who hides his claws. A good appearance covers all sins and often turns them into virtues. In modern life, appearance has become the new battlefield. The stage has expanded from courts and palaces to screens and feeds. Image now travels faster than truth. A single gesture can shape perception more than a lifetime of deeds. That is why the Machiavellian mind thrives in this era. It understands that what is seen becomes what is believed. Reputation as a currency. It must be guarded, polished, and spent wisely. Every public act should serve a private calculation. To look successful is to attract success. To look confident is to invite trust. To look moral is to disarm scrutiny. The man who commands appearances controls outcomes. Yet mastery of appearance is not about constant pretending. It is about disciplined control. You must learn to show emotion without becoming emotional, to confess just enough to appear human, and to hide just enough to remain untouchable. People crave transparency, but they cannot handle truth. Give them the illusion of honesty, a glimpse, not the whole. Let them feel they understand you while knowing nothing of what drives you. Mystery creates respect. Familiarity breeds contempt. Those who know your every thought will soon doubt your every action. The art of appearance is not deception for its own sake. It is protection. In a world where envy stalks success and morality is used as a weapon, only those who wear the right mask survive. Let your face reflect calm while your mind calculates. Let your words sound gentle while your strategy sharpens. Truth is a dagger, keep it sheathed until it must be used. What you seem is your shield. What you are is your power. The greatest rulers of every age understood this balance. They wore their virtue as a robe and hid their ambition beneath it, knowing that men follow what they see, not what is real. Power does not wait for permission. The one who hesitates loses ground to those who act. In a world ruled by ambition and uncertainty, it is not the patient who survives, but the one who strikes before being struck. To live strategically is to see threats before they rise, to anticipate betrayal before it forms, and to neutralize it while others still doubt its existence. Most men react to danger when it is already too late. The wise man senses it in silence and acts without warning. Victory favors the decisive, not the defensive. Waiting for fate to decide your future is surrender disguised as faith. Action taken early is the most merciful form of cruelty, because it prevents a greater disaster later. Every threat begins as a whisper, a disloyal word, a growing rival, a shifting alliance. Those who fail to notice it believe they are safe until the knife is already behind them. Machiavelli teaches that a ruler must crush danger at its root, not when it flowers. When you allow opposition to grow, it becomes too large to destroy without consequence. It is far better to face criticism for acting too soon than to face ruin for acting too late. The decisive mind sees conflict not as chaos but as clarity. The moment you act, you reveal your strength and define your control. Delay invites uncertainty, and uncertainty breeds weakness. Striking first does not always mean violence, it means initiative. In the modern world, it is the art of moving before the competition, exposing a flaw before it is used against you, speaking truth before it becomes rumor, making your plan reality before others even conceive it. The modern prince conquers not with swords but with timing. Each decision is a quiet ambush. Each step forward is a calculated strike. The most dangerous enemy is the one who believes you are still idle when you have already acted. By the time they recognize your move, you are 3 steps ahead. Fear often holds people back from decisive action. They hope that inaction will keep them safe, that waiting will resolve their troubles. But fear feeds delay, and delay feeds destruction. You cannot outthink a threat that has already decided to move against you. To strike first is to seize the psychological advantage. When you control the tempo, others are forced to react. Reaction is weakness. Initiative is dominance. The one who makes the first move dictates the rhythm of the game. Even if your act is small, it plants fear in your rivals and confidence in your allies. In every form of conflict, timing and boldness are worth more than endless caution. Still, striking first must not be reckless. A fool attacks because he is angry. A strategist attacks because he is certain. True precision is born from study and silence. Watch how your enemy breathes, how he speaks, how he hides. See where his confidence lives, because that is where his weakness sleeps. When the moment comes, act swiftly and completely. Do not wound when you can destroy. Half measures invite revenge. Mercy toward the dangerous is cruelty toward yourself. A single decisive act can remove years of uncertainty. The wound you hesitate to deliver today will be the blade that finds you tomorrow. The modern world disguises its battles with smiles and contracts instead of swords, but the principle remains unchanged. Those who wait to be chosen are forgotten. Those who wait to be attacked are conquered. Every opportunity, every alliance, every success belongs to the one who dares to move first. Strike before you are struck. This is not brutality, it is strategy. It is how the wise survive among the ambitious. It is how a quiet mind commands a noisy world. The bold rule because they do not wait for the perfect moment. They create it. The power that is seen can be challenged. The power that is hidden cannot be touched. The greatest strength is the one that leaves no trace, the kind that moves events without revealing its source. To rule effectively, you must hide the mechanism of your power. Let others see the results of your actions, never the process. The visible ruler attracts envy and enemies. The invisible strategist controls them both. The art of concealment is not deceit, it is protection. When your methods are known, they can be studied and undone. When your hand is unseen, every outcome seems inevitable and mysterious. Mystery breeds respect. Transparency invites attack. Most people crave recognition. They want their achievements noticed, their influence acknowledged, their name tied to every success. But in seeking glory, they expose themselves to weakness. The more visible your control, the more others plot to overthrow it. The true Machiavellian mind knows that admiration fades, but fear of the unknown endures. Let others take credit. Let them stand in the light while you direct from the shadows. Power is safest when it seems to belong to someone else. A puppet that believes itself free will never cut its strings. The invisible hand guides the visible throne. In politics, business, and daily life, this principle remains unchanged. When you reveal your plans too soon, others have time to resist or imitate them. When you keep them hidden, you force others to act blindly. Concealment gives you space to adapt, to retreat, or to strike as needed. It creates uncertainty in your rivals and calm in your own mind. The unknown makes people hesitant. Hesitation gives you control. Every strong move you make should seem spontaneous, even when it has been planned for years. The ability to appear effortless is the ultimate disguise of mastery. Those who flaunt their intentions lose authority before they even act. Their enemies prepare, their allies grow suspicious, and their power becomes predictable. Predictability is death to influence. To rule unseen, you must divide what you know from what you show. Say little, observe much. Offer fragments of truth to distract from the whole. When people believe they understand your motives, they stop looking deeper. Feed them certainty while hiding complexity. Appear simple, remain unreadable. The moment others can explain you, they can control you. Secrecy does not mean silence, it means precision. Speak when it strengthens your illusion, not when it reveals your design. The wise man learns how to communicate without confession. He can promise without committing, agree without obeying, and reveal without exposing. His power lies in the ambiguity of his words. Let people interpret you as they wish. Their assumptions will protect your reality. The human mind fills gaps with stories, and those stories become your shield. When you seem harmless, you can prepare in peace. When you seem predictable, you can strike without warning. In modern times where everyone exposes their lives, opinions, and emotions for attention, concealment has become the ultimate rebellion. Silence is now a form of strength. Those who keep their plans private confuse the world, addicted to noise. Their restraint feels like danger. Their calm feels like dominance. To be unreadable is to be untouchable. The man who keeps his thoughts hidden commands curiosity, and curiosity turns into power. People respect what they cannot fully see, because mystery demands imagination. Never let others see how you build your influence, how you win loyalty, or how you gather information. The mechanism of your power is your fortress. Once revealed, it can be breached. Let your rivals think they understand you. Let them think they are equal. While they play with appearances, you control outcomes. The shadow moves faster than the light because it does not announce its arrival. What cannot be seen cannot be stopped. To hide the mechanism of your power is not cowardice, it is wisdom sharpened by survival. Those who live openly die predictably. Those who act unseen become immortal in influence. Dependence is the strongest chain in the pursuit of power, and the one who masters it commands others without force. To make others rely on you is to control their choices, their comfort, and eventually their will. The powerful do not seek loyalty through affection or promises. They create systems where others cannot function without them. When people depend on you for success, approval, or survival, their freedom becomes an illusion. They defend you not because they want to, but because they must. The secret is to make your absence more dangerous than your presence. Once that balance is achieved, control is complete. Dependence begins with understanding human nature. People are guided by self-interest, not gratitude. They will betray the one who helped them yesterday if it benefits them today. To secure them, you must connect their ambitions to your structure, their success to your resources. Give them opportunities they cannot find elsewhere. Solve problems they cannot solve alone. Make their comfort, their identity, and their progress flow through your hands. The more they gain from your favor, the more they fear losing it. Gratitude fades, but fear of loss endures. The wise man does not demand loyalty, he engineers it. In politics, the ruler who makes his ministers dependent will never face rebellion. In business, the leader who trains his team to rely on his vision will never be replaced. In relationships, the person who fulfills emotional or psychological needs creates a quiet hold over others that no confrontation can break. This is not cruelty, it is structure. Independence is a myth. Every society, every system, every human being operates within invisible dependencies. The difference is that the Machiavellian mind recognizes this truth and uses it intentionally. To build dependence, you must first appear indispensable. Present yourself as the bridge between others and their goals. Make them believe your absence would bring confusion, loss, or exposure. Become the solution to their fears and the path to their desires. Once they see you as essential, their freedom will shrink willingly. Even those who despise you will protect you, because your fall would drag them down as well. Control is most stable when it is mutual in appearance but one-sided in design. The key is subtlety. Do not make your control visible. Dependence must feel natural. Let them believe they are free while every path they take leads back to you. Encourage them to grow, but ensure their growth depends on your soil. When they succeed, celebrate them. When they fail, rescue them. Each act of assistance binds them tighter. Never show impatience, never reveal the extent of your control. Power wrapped in kindness is the most unbreakable chain. People will serve you more faithfully when they believe they are choosing to. The art of creating dependence also requires balance. Too much control breeds resentment. Too little invites betrayal. The skill lies in giving enough freedom to keep others comfortable while quietly removing their alternatives. Allow them to speak, to act, even to disagree, but only within the walls you have built. The illusion of choice pacifies rebellion. They will see you as fair, even benevolent, while you remain the architect of their limits. In the modern world, dependence is not built only with money or authority. It is built with influence. The one who controls attention controls desire. The one who shapes thought controls behavior. By offering guidance, validation, or opportunity, you create invisible dependencies that make others orbit around your will. Social power today follows the same laws as political power. Centuries ago, it rewards those who make themselves the center of necessity. Never reveal how much others rely on you. Let them think they are equal partners while you hold the foundation beneath their feet. The man who makes others dependent never fears betrayal, because their escape would mean their own fall. The ultimate form of power is not domination but quiet indispensability. When people cannot imagine progress without you, you no longer need to command them. They command themselves in your favor. Power survives only through adaptation. The world changes its masks with every generation, but the laws of dominance remain constant. To endure, you must learn to move between the nature of the serpent and the nature of the lion, to deceive when you must, to strike when you can, to appear flexible yet remain unbreakable. The serpent survives by knowing when to hide, by coiling in silence until the moment to act. The lion survives by strength, by making others fear what silence hides. To rule as Machiavelli taught is to master both instincts. The man who knows only cunning will be despised as weak, and the man who knows only force will be destroyed by his own arrogance. Power belongs to the one who can shift between them without being noticed. Adaptation begins with awareness. You must understand the environment you move in, the temper of the people, the strength of your rivals, the direction of opportunity. When times favor cunning, speak softly, gather knowledge, build quietly. When times demand strength, act boldly and command respect through decisive presence. The serpent listens to the wind before striking. The lion roars only when silence no longer serves. The art of survival lies in recognizing the moment when deception must end and domination must begin. Those who misread that moment are crushed by it. In the modern world, the ability to adapt has become rarer than courage. People cling to fixed images of themselves, the kind one, the moral one, the strong one, but identity is not armor. It is a cage. The powerful man reshapes himself as needed. He can be charming among allies, ruthless among enemies, humble before power, and commanding before weakness. He bends to circumstance without ever breaking his purpose. Adaptation is not betrayal, it is evolution. Those who refuse to evolve become relics of their own pride. Flexibility is strength disguised as gentleness. The serpent bends because it understands that stillness protects it. It endures humiliation if it must, it bows to survive, and then, when the world is least prepared, it strikes. Its victory lies in patience. The lion, on the other hand, teaches the value of presence. Fear maintains order when reason fails. Some battles cannot be won with words or deception. They require the show of strength that silences argument. The one who can alternate between silence and force, calculation and dominance, becomes unpredictable. Unpredictability is power, for no one can prepare against what they cannot read. To adapt like a serpent means to be invisible until action is necessary. Hide your intentions, reveal only fragments, let curiosity serve as your messenger. When the situation turns hostile, shed your skin. Do not cling to failed methods or outdated loyalties. The serpent renews itself by letting go of the old. The lion, in contrast, reminds you never to let your quiet nature become cowardice. When the time comes to strike, hesitation is death. Show your power swiftly, and then return to calm. Violence, whether physical, verbal, or strategic, should be rare but absolute. A partial attack invites revenge. A complete one ends resistance. Those who master this duality control their fate. They are feared by those who mistake silence for weakness and respected by those who recognize precision as strength. They know that to survive among predators, one must learn both deceit and dominance, diplomacy and danger. In peace they charm, in conflict they command. Their enemies never know which face they will meet. This uncertainty becomes their shield and their sword. In every era, the world belongs to the adaptable. The serpent teaches survival. The lion teaches rule. When laws fail, claws must succeed. When peace turns to chaos, cunning must guide you through. The perfect ruler, the perfect mind, is one that embodies both soft enough to observe, strong enough to conquer. He bends when he must, strikes when he should, and in doing so, never falls. Power has never belonged to the loud, the kind, or the lucky. It has always belonged to the disciplined. Those who think clearly, act strategically, and adapt without hesitation will always rise above those who move with emotion and speak without thought. The world may have changed its tools, but not its truths. Influence still flows to the cunning, respect still bends before strength, and control still belongs to the one who can hide his purpose behind a calm face. If you would outsmart everyone today, do not chase approval, and do not wait for fortune. Learn how to think like a serpent and command like a lion. Let kindness be a choice, not a weakness. Let your silence speak louder than your words. Build dependence quietly, control perception completely, and strike only once, but strike so that you never have to again. The modern prince is not born. He is built through calculation, awareness, and the mastery of self. While others waste their lives seeking comfort, you must seek control of your mind, your emotions, and your timing. That is how power endures. The greatest victory is not in winning battles, but in creating a world where no one dares to fight you.